Town Council meets tonight. Top agenda items include a possible vote related to the West Barnstable shooting range. Councilors will take a closer look at municipal fertilizer regulations, and they will also consider a request for funds to make much-needed fixes to Barnstable High School. We have details from Town Council President Jessica Rapp-Grassetti on this episode of Barnstable Today. It's Thursday, October 16th, 2014. I'm Sarah Mann.
Next items, two items, 2015-005 and 006 are we'll call with regards to the shooting range and the approval of the change in care, custody management, control of the two parcels. One being the parcel where the shooting range is, and another one over. We'll call that Breeds Hill. These items were first introduced in August, and when they first came on, we did not have a memorandum of agreement that was decided upon or agreed upon by the town council, and so what we wanted to do was hold off until the town was in receipt of a memorandum of understanding that could be executed by the town manager. It was my understanding the previous one was signed, but was never signed by the state, so that's why it was not executed. Now we have one, and I think we're probably going to, or I'm going to be asking the town council to act on these items unless between when we speak now and later on, I hear differently. All councilors have been briefed on the updated memorandum of understanding and have had an opportunity to speak to legal department about it. So provided we and with regards to these items, I'll be having town manager or assistant town manager provide us with where we are in the process as far as the timeline and some new information that's come into that memorandum of agreement with regards to a MEPA review, which is Environmental Protection Agency, Mass Environmental Protection Agency request from the state to do a review of the parcel, of the shooting range parcel. But
sure. But really, Jessica, at this point, so much information is out there. It's been an issue that has been discussed multiple times over the course of the last year and a half or so. So, hoping to make a decision and move this at least a little bit more forward.
That's what I hope for, Sarah. I really do, because, as you said, this is a process, and this actual land swap doesn't necessarily mean that the shooting range is going to open, after this vote. There are many steps beyond this that have to take place that are beyond the town council's control. So sure. We're just one step in that direction. So.
Great. And so after that, which I'm sure is going to include some discussion, appropriation and transfer order of $555,000 for walls at the high school. And I know that I believe David Kenyok was at the last meeting talking a little bit about this, and now this week is the public hearing, correct? That's
right, yeah. And, they want to do some immediate repairs. David didn't feel that they were emergency repairs, so we didn't do an act at the previous meeting. But this is just to perform some repairs to some roof flashing and the walls in the cafeteria of the high school.
Great.
Yeah. And then we've got a second reading amending the administrative code, and that's with regards to the Public Works Commission. Want to put a provision in the code to allow for a alternate member that would have voting rights in the absence of a regular member, and that's necessary on some of these boards that have trouble keeping quorum.
Indeed, very important. And of course, moving on after that to new business.
Yeah, new business. This is a first read, and this is a town council rule change regarding agenda order of business. And the town council has the order of business, which is our agenda. And during the discussions when we had a strategic planning session, I was hearing a lot about the town manager communications and where that is in our agenda. And it's right now it's at the very end of our meeting, and I'd like to see it moved up and have it just beyond council response to public comment, giving the town manager the opportunity to respond to public comment issues, and also, sometimes our meetings can go late, and I know there's been talk, there's going to be an awful lot prior to the orders of the day, but I think if we get all that communication out, that's important to keep the citizens fully informed and communicate our plans and response to comment.
Absolutely,
so that's
absolutely.
just moving that up on the agenda.
Great. We'll definitely like to hear from the town manager early on.
As
you say, the meetings can go long. So
and I'm hoping that moving it up there too, the town manager will be able to address certain precincts concerns right there and then, and have not too much dialogue between councilors and town manager, but enough so that good information comes from that.
Perfect.
Next is an acceptance of a $6,000 grant from the Elder Services of Cape Cod and this is for our very important Silver Express transportation program.
Yes, and I attended the public forum last week, Jessica, at the Senior Center, in which they were, trying to get some information from residents on what they like, what they don't like about the Senior Center, and transportation got gold stars across the board from the attendees of this forum. So definitely, if that's saying anything, people need it, they use it, and they really like the way the Senior Center operates those transportation services.
Yeah, you don't have to have a car. If you're elderly and you need to get to the doctors, you call them up. They'll pick you right up at your home and bring you right to your doctor's appointment and return you to your home. So I think that's quite an opportunity for people to continue to live independently, and take advantage of that. They
Absolutely.
should. So, moving on, another which could be acted upon, an acceptance of a $15,500 gift from the Friends of the Barnstable Council on Aging, and this is to support staff salaries and programs at the Senior Services Division. This comes from the Friends of the Barnstable Council on Aging, which over the years has been very generous to donate monies to the program, the Senior Center. We've got to remember, too, that there's no financial impact on this, but without those grants, this would be an added burden to the operating budget. So really appreciate those. So I'm sure we'll be hearing from Madeline Noonan, Director of Senior Services, with regards to those items.
Of course.
And then moving on, this is referring to a public hearing. I think many people will be anticipating and very appreciative of hearing this appropriation order of $211,544 for the acquisition and implementation of e-permitting software. Yay, e-permitting. Everybody's been talking about how we need e-permitting.
Yes.
And not at the first read, but I believe during the second reading, we'll be hearing from Viewpoint, which was the company selected. And we'll hear more about where they are. Their technology is being implemented in other communities throughout the state as well as throughout the country. So,
great.
I think this will be a very, very good discussion.
Yes, people looking forward to that e-permitting for sure.
And Town Council meets tonight at 7 in the Town Hall hearing room. You can find a detailed agenda by visiting the town's website at town.barnstable.ma.us. That meeting will, of course, air live right here on Channel 18. Well, be sure to tune in to our hour-long news program Barnstable This Morning, weekdays at 7 a.m. On tomorrow's show, we'll find out more about the Barnstable High School Drama Club's annual haunted house. We'll talk with Animal Control Officer Charlie Lewis about rabies baiting in town. Plus, we'll have all the news and information you need. For Barnstable Today, I'm Sarah Mannel.